you feel? That's my microphone. Clip this guy to me. Alright. So, gonna pop on the little shades. Just finished taking Kira to her grooming appointment, and I went to Publix. I got an energy drink. I went to Moe's, which I haven't been to in years. After I finished eating, I picked up Kira from her appointment, and now we're heading home. I was kind of wondering if I should go to the skate park or go to the gym. And I could definitely do both. I'll probably just go to the gym afterwards. I want to go to the skate park while it's still sunny out. So, yeah, that is what my Saturday is looking like. And by the way, forgot to mention, this is actually my last Saturday of being 28 years old, because my birthday is a week from today. Yeah, I'll be turning 29, which is kind of crazy to accept and take in. 28 was a very interesting year. It was the first year in my adult life where I feel like I became very aware of my age, and most of my 20s I've usually gotten, people say, oh, you look young for your age. And it was the first year where people were like, hey, are you 29, 30? And I was like, ugh. So, yeah, I guess just the first time I've really been aware of my age, or been made aware of it. And very reflective of just the last 10 years and everything I did do, everything I didn't do. It's a very weird age to kind of just sit there and look back on. I'm not scared of getting older, but it definitely have this sense of wanting to follow through on things I haven't done yet. And it's like kind of feeling like you're running out of time, and I know that there's more time. I know I haven't run out yet, but definitely a big sense of wanting to do things that I want to do, like YouTube, for example. So it's been, by the time this uploads, I don't know if I'll have posted something or not, but as of right now, recording this, it's been over a year since I've made a video, and I never intended for that to happen. There's been so many different things that I've filmed and I've edited, and it's just never been uploaded because of, either overthinking it or not being happy with how it came out, or just being lazy and getting caught up in life and just not doing it. And that has really ate me up over time. And, there's been a lot of things throughout my 20s that I haven't followed through on, and I don't want this to be another one of those things, because I really enjoy doing content and, other things too that make me happy, and I have a lot more fun doing this than I've ever had, I guess, doing like a normal job or anything. So, yeah, following through on becoming a content creator would, I think, bring me a lot of big sense of purpose and accomplishment, because looking back at my 20s, 10 years from 18 to 28, it's kind of flown by, and there's a lot of things I could have done. And I like what I'm doing now. Probably could have done it sooner. I think it just takes discipline, and I didn't get to that. I still haven't gotten to that, but I've gotten better at being a bit more consistent and taking initiative. Still got a long way to go. And by the way, if I sound like I'm doing an okay job at talking right now, trust me, there's been so many difficult attempts at recording videos and just having a very awkward experience doing that. And it becomes so frustrating trying to talk to the camera like this. And it's just one of those things you get better at, you get more comfortable doing with repetition. So I thought about like writing scripts, and having a topic helps, but I want it to feel genuine. I don't want it to feel not authentic. And that's been a pretty big part of why I haven't uploaded either, is I don't like the feeling of not being genuine on camera. I think a good example of that is when I go, "Hey, what's up, guys?" Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want that to be my personality on camera. And, maybe it is a little bit, which is why I'll still probably start videos like that here and there. But my goal is to be able to talk the way I would with a friend on the phone or something like that, to the camera with you guys. So, yeah. I'm actually pretty happy with how I'm doing so far. And I am in fact recording on my much smaller camera setup, which I'll get a little shot of that in a second. Whoop. It's the Pocket 3 camera, which is so much smaller than the bigger camera that I've normally shot my videos with. I love that camera. It's the Sony ZV-E10. Wonderful camera for content creators. But like a lot of DSLR cameras, it is really big. And, the quality is amazing. I'm not telling anyone not to get it. But for me, it's been a lot easier to vlog and make videos using something that's a little smaller. And if it means taking a cut on, camera quality, that's okay. I have learned and been humbled by the lesson of quality isn't everything. I was one of those dudes that, I was like, I got all excited in the planning stage, and I bought all the nice equipment first, and it didn't help me make content any faster. If you or anyone is thinking about making content, I highly recommend just using what you have and, starting with your phone versus splurging all over equipment, because you can get all the equipment, but if you don't know how to make content or where to start, it'll end up just sitting there for a while. If you do want to go ahead and invest and it motivates you to make the videos, then yeah, I would get this camera versus the bigger camera, the Sony ZV-E10. I'd get the Pocket 3. Even like being outside and talking and vlogging, it is so much less of an attention grabber than the bigger camera is, and I mean that in a good way. it feels awkward talking to that very big camera in public. Whereas this thing's so small, you can just kind of talk to something in your hand, and it's a lot more discreet. And last thing I'll mention about that camera is, if you're a gym guy like me, this little camera has a magnetic case on it, and it's a lot easier and cooler being able to just magnetize it to everything and get some pretty cool footage. I'll merge around everyone. So now that I've kind of given you guys a small little update on, you know, what I've been doing with the cameras and, you know, turning 29, I've got this last week coming up, and I don't know if I should mention this now. One of the really cool things I did do since I uploaded last was I started a small business, 3D printing. And that's a very long story that I think I'm gonna have to make another video about, but that was a pretty big accomplishment of mine over the last year, and definitely something I've spent a lot of time on, and it's something I'm happy about that happened throughout my 28th year. And the only thing, like, there's only a few small things that I wish I would have done better, and the big one's content. So now that the week's ending, I'm thinking about the things I would like to tackle going into this new age. Content creation, I want to learn Claude Code, which is like a very popular AI tool. Think of ChatGPT on steroids. And actually, you know what's a better one? At least I think. Think of it like Jarvis from Iron Man. And I want to leverage that, maybe make a return to web design, be more consistent in the gym, get better sleep. Like, this last year had some of the worst sleep of my life, and I've realized how important sleep is. I've always been a gamer and stayed up many times till the crack of dawn, and you know, it's kind of easy to do. I think it's harder to keep doing as you get older. Like, I definitely don't recover the way that I did when I was younger. And I'm not old. I don't want it to seem like I'm ancient now. I feel like I'm in my prime. But, you know, doing that sort of stay up all night, like, it kind of just ruins the whole next day for me. Like, I lose my morning, and I definitely don't feel, like, mentally, I don't feel as good as if I had a normal night of sleep. And it kills your gains if you're a gym person. So, yeah, sleep, content creation, AI coding, vibe coding. Yeah, these are things that I wanna start doing. And I want to listen to audiobooks more. And I just, you know, I can keep naming things off, but I think the point is I want to start doing the things that I've been putting off. And, you know, when you're younger and you put things off, it's easy to kind of just say, oh, well, you know, eventually I'll get to that. I got more time. You know, hitting 29 definitely just has me feeling like, you know, this is it. Like, I'm only getting older. So I need to stop putting things off if I want to live the life I want to live and do the things I want to do. So This has been a straight through recording. I did not know what I was going to talk about. The things I discussed are things that I have tried to talk about in past recordings, but this has definitely been the most comfortable and natural that I think I've been with doing it. And it's my first time recording on the car camera setup, which I'm actually very pleased with. Like, this looks a lot better than I was expecting. After this, gym, possibly skate park. Why did I get into skateboarding? I think as part of my quarter life crisis, kind of, 29 thing that I'm going through, I am getting back into old hobbies of mine from when I was a kid, just kind of riding the nostalgia wave. I don't know if that makes me unk or not, but yeah, I feel like it's getting crooked. Cool thing about this camera is I can activate a tracking. See, now it's tracking me. I just wasn't sure how that was gonna look, so I had it turned off the whole drive. But yeah, I bought a pair of rollerblades. I bought a pair of skateboard wheels and new wheels for this older skateboard I had. And I want to do both. I want to skateboard and I want to rollerblade. As far as what kind of style of skating, I just want to be the dude that's dropping in on ramps, and just as far as rollerblading goes, I just want to put my music on and just cruise, and I want to be a flowy kind of skater. So yeah, got my helmet, got my pads, not trying to get hurt, because if I did, that would suck, because my serving job is very physically involved, and then as far working out is a very physically demanding thing, so I cannot afford to get hurt. My nephew, he's a big skateboarder as well, so also motivated me to get into it for him. I thought I would be a really cool uncle if I learned how to skateboard and stuff. He, by the way, he's a very big fan of the finger skateboarding. When I was younger, we used tech decks. I think what he uses is different now, but same kind of thing. It's so funny. He made a ramp out of a shoebox to practice on. And on one hand, I'm I love seeing him, be creative and make something. I'm glad he did that. But on the other hand, I'm I do a lot of 3D printing. Let me be the really cool uncle I can be. And I went ahead and 3D printed him a bunch of ramps for him to use. I think if you tried to buy these ramps in a store, it would cost a lot of money. So I printed him a bunch of ramps, and I'm gonna be mailing those to him this weekend. So I'm excited to do that. And yeah, these are the things I want to do. I want to be a better uncle, and I want to be better to myself with what I want to do, because just getting older, and yeah, it's either I do it now or never. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. And I don't really have an audience yet, but I hope that the right audience finds me and maybe watches these videos and gets something out of it. So yeah, hope you guys are liking this return, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.